A 32-year-old Beloit woman faces felony charges after authorities say she used a national website to operate a prostitution ring in the area. Holly Lynn Converse is charged with 2 counts of felony human trafficking and 1 count of solicitation of prostitutes. If convicted on the trafficking charges, she could face up to 2 decades in prison on each count. According to a criminal complaint filed in Rock County Circuit Court, Converse and another Beloit woman who had not been charged allegedly recruited women struggling with drug addiction to perform adult acts for money. The meetings were arranged through a female escort website and took place at hotels and homes in Beloit and South Beloit. Authorities say the women were paid in drugs while Converse collected the cash. The complaint alleges the activity involved 3 women between 2024 and 2026. Converse failed to appear at a Tuesday hearing and later scheduled an initial appearance for March 10th.